It's my life, it's your life, it's our life. It's our life, it's our life. Come on. It's my life, it's your life, it's our life. It's our life, it's our life. You got to make a decision.
Welcome to Hollatics Live, the interactive podcast. You're now rocking with Raz, chief politician, narrator, orator, and the hardest Negro under 6 feet since Eric Easy E. Wright. Politicians from around the globe are checking in from around the nation. This is the Holla-tics Live interactive podcast. We do this every 7:30 to 8:30 each weekday night. What do? We do the Holla-tics Live podcast. That's right, it's an audio podcast. We streaming here live on Facebook via Controversy All-Star Network page, as well as YouTube Hollatics Live, as well as my Twitter via Parameter Lil Rascal. It's the Holla-tics Live interactive podcast. Hollatics are checking in. Holla-tics Gabe Robinson is always in the building. Say checking in up. Hollatics, y'all check in, man. You know we gonna be hollaticking tonight. Some people say, what the heck is hollaticking Raz? Well, hollaticking is just, you know, talking about street level current events, man. Whatever's going on, you know. We do it every night. We hollatic like Gay Rob just told y'all in the comments. Also checking in as Hollatic Kelly Dumas, reporting for session. If you never tuned in before, this is the Holla-tics Live interactive podcast. It's an audio podcast, but we stream live because I like my Holla-tics to be able to talk back and forth. We're a council, we're a tribe, the Holla-tics tribe. And we Holla-tics every night. We do this, man. Let's go, let's go. I understand why people who are outspoken are so, you know, they get so much attention, because when you outspoken, when you're a Holla-tics like we are and you're outspoken, you know, everybody not like that. They wish they can be that. And then when you are that, sometimes you tend to be a loner, an outsider. What I'm here to tell you, if you, for some reason, felt like being outspoken has made you an alien, and you look around and you don't see very many people like you, you just landed on Plymouth Rock, if you're listening to me. Because here on the Holla-tics Live interactive podcast, that is what we honor. We respect and honor people that tell it like it is. Matter of fact, people who do that, we call them Hollatics, because that is what we are. And that is what we do here. Glad y'all tuning in tonight. We're gonna talk a little business, man. We got the Raz report coming up. We got also our all-new floor subject, man. I'll be talking about working from home a little bit tonight. So, Hollatics, y'all check in. Hollatic Mike Robinson is checking in. We do this, man. I'm starting to get settled with this thing, man. You know, I've been kind of slack, fellas. I've been kind of slack on just uploading them to, you know, the audio. I've been kind of slack on uploading them to the audio, but I got to get them out there, man. We actually doing really well on the audio, but I was talking about I was uploading a show a day, man. Every day I was uploading a show, so people who's stumbling up on the audio, they got a lot to chew on, you know. I mean, this is Holla-tics 51 tonight, but we done more than what I counted. Some shows I didn't count, but this is actually, we should be close to like 2 months, man, 60 shows, so. We lackadaisical about it, though. We not really trying to compete with nobody. We don't have no competition. Had a friend of mine ask me, Raz, what's up with the show? Where it's going? We was doing some talking about the show. It was actually one of the friends of mine who helped me brainstorm the show. And I told him, I say, man, we got the whole Holla-tic thing going on. And I named it Hollatics, and we keep it, in our atmosphere, because as long as, we playing by our own rules, we get to set the rules. So that is even why, we got a Holla-tic. That's why we interactive. We not following after anybody's format, man. We doing what we want to, man, because we Hollatics, man. Hollatics, y'all check in tonight, man. So gonna talk a little bit about the Raz report tonight, man. I'm gonna try to stay time sensitive, man. I'm gonna try to stay within be a little more disciplined with time. But again, we do what we want, man, right? We do what we want, fellas, man. Tonight on the floor in the Raz report, couple of oldies but goodies. Starbucks takes out its new high, all-time high. Trading at about $100, man. You talk about 13% up on the month, 2% up on the week. Definitely a COVID-19 poster child. Fell as low as $56 a share during COVID-19, And so when you talk about shares of the price of a company like Starbucks, realize Starbucks is about $110 billion company. So when you see trading at about $100 with the company being at about 112 billion, you're saying when it fell to $56 a share, you talk about $1 billion company losing half of its value and then regaining $500 million back in value now. Not cash money, but value back in less than a year, man. That is power, man. Everybody can't do that, as it say on the screen. Everybody can't do that. Holla-tics, y'all weigh in, man. Cheers up for Starbucks. Taking out their all-time high, trading at $100 a share. Again, I used to trade Starbucks when it was about $60 a share. I ain't talking about an old story. I'm talking about not too long ago. I was actually had some options in play with Starbucks not too long ago, man. COVID-19 hit, and then, I think it was trading at about $65 a share right before COVID-19 hit. And I had some options in play. Wind up losing a little money, so I turned my back on the stock. I knew it was a COVID-19 stock. I know the 4,000 stores they got in China, 31,000 stores worldwide, and I knew we couldn't walk into these stores no more. Of course, they got a strong online game, and they drive through be pumping, but I just didn't think they would just rebound as quick as they did. But here they are taking out a 52-week high, trading at about $100. Again, they only 13% up on the month, 2% on the week. That is important. I always look at the monthly charts. I like to see a stock doing at least 20, 30% a month. And at least 10 on the week, 7 to 10. But, this is Starbucks, man. It rebounded from 56, got back half its market share in less than a year. That's talking about, $500 million, man, that it lost and made back. Well, devalued. Didn't lose it. It was devalued during COVID-19. And then, boom, because of the opening of the nation and the expectations of the vaccine, Starbucks is not trading at all-time high, man. Hats off to the coffee drinkers in the world. Holla-tics, y'all weigh in. What y'all think about Starbucks, man? Again, this is one of them companies, heard Warren Buffett say, if a company can raise its price and then, still get what they want from their customers without batting the eye. When you can raise your price and your customers just pay it without batting the eye, then that is a good stock to invest in. Reminds me of what Starbucks does, man. Starbucks can raise their price, and guess what? I'm going to be right there in line, getting that high-priced coffee. Holla-tic Gabe say Starbucks is the GOAT of coffee industry. They are the the most popular coffee beverage in Houston. I hope that's how you say that. A lot of coffee companies won't and can't do what Starbucks can do. I love Starbucks too. Me and you both, Gabe. Again, everybody can't do that. You talk about losing $500 million in value. Not purposely. COVID-19 made everybody, the whole market crash. But here it is. Starbucks gained back $500 million in value and take out its all-time high, man. They are the goats of coffee, like Gabe say. Here's the Starbucks tonight. Makes the Raz report again, right? Holla-tics, y'all weigh in. Starbucks making the Raz report, man. Taking out his daily high. Well, yearly high. I'm sorry. I'm clowning, man. Welcome to the Hollatics Live Interactive Podcast. If you're just tuning in, Hollatics weighing in, man. Hollatic Gabe say most companies lose $500 million, will never recover. This is amazing. This is true, Gabe. This is amazing. This is true, man. Again, man, they got 31,000 stores worldwide. Now, I can't even imagine that, man. Right? You have 31,000 locations, man. You know, I marvel sometimes at CEOs who are able to handle, you know, the workload and stuff like this, man. You know, it's more than, you know, that's why I keep an interest in stock, man. It's more than just stock, man. Just the whole, you know, culture of corporations and what they do, man. I'm really fascinated by all this stuff, man. Also tonight in the Raz report, we just talked about them last night, man. And here it is. You know, I don't gloat or I'm beyond the point where I'm trying to prove how right I am with people, or when I talk about this stuff, trying to prove that I'm right. Because I don't do that no more. Early on, when I found out that I could actually, you know, predict the movement in the stock pretty accurately, you know, it was cool when it was new. But now I just kind of, you know, I like to talk about this stuff a lot. So that's what's on the floor tonight. But Bowens is one of them stocks I find myself having to talk about often because last night they was on the Raz report. Any stock that I watch and it does at least 5% in a day is good, because you're talking about billion-dollar corporations that I watch. I watch them all from small caps to large caps, but the large caps are billion-dollar corporations. And so when something, you know, on a scale of a billion, move 5% in a day, that's huge, man. And so Bowens moved 5% yesterday, and look up, lo and behold, today on some news about a purchase order from an airline, the 737 that these guys were having to repair because, you know, they had a couple wrecks 20 months ago. Airline, I forgot the name of the airline. I probably need to get it more astute on my facts, but an airline made a purchase order today of the 737, and here it is, Boeing up another, you know, 6% today. Boeing again today sucking up my headlines. Another 6% move on today. The catalyst was a purchase order. An airline made a purchase order of the all new 737. Boeing and its stock is flying again. Some products we cannot live without, so we just have to make them better. Boeing is 50% up in a month. Gabe say, do you have Starbucks stock? No, Gabe, I was trading Starbucks options right before COVID hit. And so they didn't do well. I had some options trapped at about, I think it was about $75. I had options like predicting the movement of a stock. What is the quickest way to explain options to you, Gabe? Options is like taking a speculation on the movement of a stock and then buying a contract based on which way you think the stock would move. you think the stock is going up, you buy calls, and each time or each day the stock gains and move closer to the price you speculate, then your contract gains value. And then at the end of your contract, you can exercise it and buy the stock, or you can sell the contract and make the money off of it. Quickest way to speedball options to you. But now I was sitting on some options, Gabe, for Starbucks at $75 a share. And when COVID hit, it fell like to it felt like $56 as I had in the news, man. So my options, they were not expired, but I was losing money. They were undervalued. I mean, they were under the amount I paid for them. So I sold them. I think I had sold them and lost a little money on them, and then I just kept Starbucks in my watch list. And it snuck up on me. I had no idea Starbucks was doing this well till it couple days ago. I seen it, I get alerts when the stock on my watch list moves 5% in a day, man. So Starbucks kind of snuck up on me, Gabe. But okay, I got you. They are on my radar now. Also, do you have Boeing stock? Now, Boeing, Gabe, because it's so freaking expensive, it will be a stock I recommend that you just buy and hold. I don't recommend you trade Boeing. A lot of stocks I talk about are trading stocks. I would probably trade Starbucks. Even though I believe Starbucks is a good long hold, I think Starbucks can make you some money on a short-term basis. And what I mean by short-term is like within a month. Again, Boeing move 50% in a month. Remember I gave you the example the other day. If I gave you $1,000 and say I'm gonna come back in 30 days and you pay me, you give me $1,000 and I come back in 30 days and then I give you $1,500, who would take that deal? And so that's pretty much when you pick the right stocks and you're able to be successful at speculating which way they will move, man. That's all it is, man. Okay, Boeing is a long hold. Yes, it is, Gabe. I would hold Boeing for a while. I think it's going to do well over the stretch of time. Because people they starting back flying again. And also, I believe Starbucks is a long hold. These are both long holds. I believe Starbucks is a good trade as well. I think because they on fire, they might pick up another $25-$50 within the next 2-3 months, man. So, that's good money. Again, do the math. I never say look at the dollar signs more so than a percentage. Again, I look at a 30-day chart on a stock. If the stock moves like 50% in a month, that's 50% of your money made back. You can hold your money in a bank account, but I guarantee you there is no banking or savings account that is going to give you 50% back on your money after a month. You say, oh, it's gambling, Raz. It's not gambling. When you can properly speculate the direction of a stock, whether it's fundamentally, technically, or a combination of both, then you will do well in this game, man. Remember I told y'all Holla-tics, when you walk with me, we walk in the future. And this is one of the benefits of seeing what you think is going to happen in the future. You're able to trade and do well. You say you're taking it all in. That's what's up, Gabe. That's what's up, man. That's why I do it, man. I'm talking about stuff I love. I ain't trying to be deep. This is stuff I love to talk about, man. So that is what we're talking about tonight on the flow. Boeing. Sucking up my headlines again, man. Another 6% today. That's 13% in 2 days. Boeing is move. Of course, this is coming out catalyst. You ask, why do stocks move? What we call catalyst. When some good news go out about them, it tends to make investors active, right? And when investors get active, they buy, they sell, and that's good. Traffic is always good, right? Boeing got a purchase order from an airline, made it move up another 6%. Boeing one of them stocks though. We can't live without airplanes and engines, man. So they have to do better, and that's what they did, man. Shouts out to Boeing. It's in my headlines again. Also, here's a sleeper. DocuSign. What you sign? DocuSign. DocuSign is an unsung hero. Even before the pandemic, up 6% on today, up another 6% after hours. It's up 13% if you include the session today and after hours. Most likely that was on earnings. DocuSign's had an earnings report today. I think they might have released a report after the trading section. I see they're really active after hours, man. Still down 2% on the month. Now, remember I was telling you about stocks that don't do well on the month. I really don't consider them. However, DocuSign is a little bit different right here, because it went from 97 bucks. It went from 236, fell to 197, and then back up now to 231, all within a month's radius. When a stock perform like that, man, then it kind of get my attention, even though it's down on the month. And it's not down much on the month, like 1%, but it came in the month high, fell, and then went right back up to where it came from, all within 30 days, man. So you have to pay attention when the stock does that, man. I am a believer. It's a tech service. It's hard to determine the future of tech service companies and the real values of them. But I am a believer in DocuSign. I didn't think the company was, that big or doing that well. Didn't think what they were offering people was as valuable as the market is saying it is. But DocuSign gave is another hole, man. All three of these stocks tonight I would consider long holds, because they are expensive stocks. And, it's hard to kind of trade expensive stocks, because large cap companies, stocks are not cheap, and they don't move a whole lot. We're seeing a whole lot of movement going on in the market because of the pandemic. But large cap stocks don't move a lot, but they move for sure. Yep, Gabe, mark these, man. You're welcome to the RAS report, man. Again, I do the RAS report for myself. I've been doing it for myself. But since we had a Holla-tics show, man, I don't mind sharing it. It's better than sharing celebrity coaching, right? Not against celebrities, man. I think they just talked about a whole lot, man. So we kind of died celebrity coaches here on the Holla-tics Live Interactive Podcast. But I must confess, man, the Mike Tyson-Roy Jones fight. I should have talked about that when we got back in, huh? I try to avoid celebrity coaches so much. I'm almost becoming cliche, right? Just some stuff need to be talked about. I think the Tyson-Roy Jones fight need to be talked about, man. Tyson looked very good at 50 plus. I really felt like the fight was not a draw. Felt like Tyson whooped that boy. And, they had a no knockout rule, but because they called the fight a draw, I would never watch that fight again unless they take away the no knockout rule, man. So, Holla-tics, y'all weigh in tonight. What you think about the fight tonight, man? We're getting ready to go to a fluid subject. And, coming to the end of the RAS report. Today on the RAS report, we had Starbucks taking out a new all-time high, $100. Great company, great product. Don't see an end to the rain. As Gabe say, they are the GOAT of coffee, man. So, also Boeing coming off of a very tragic 737 accidents, 2 of them, man, and coming back from rebounding, and they are back on top again, doing well. Another long haul, not going anywhere. It's going up if it goes anywhere. It's Boeing. They make plane engines. What can they do but fly? Also, unsung heroes, DocuSign. You know, a lot of tech stocks are doing well because of COVID-19 and people are having to work remote, but DocuSign has always been doing well. And it seemed like COVID-19 had just promoted it a little bit. Hollatics, y'all weigh in tonight. Gabe say Tyson definitely looked good and in more shape than Roy Jones. Yes, he did, man. Tyson and Jones beat by a long shot. Tyson had Jones beat by a long shot. Yeah, he did, Mike. Yeah, he did, man. When they called that fight a draw, I said, man, I am not watching this fight again unless they take away the no knockout rule. They gotta let them knock each other out. I'm not finna watch these dudes beat on each other and then, you know, the officials call it a tie. Come on, man. We were already just sitting there looking like we wanted Tyson to lose it and go ahead and drop. Now I respect Roy Jones. I'm not saying anything negative. So, but we were all sitting there on the edge saying, man, we want Tyson to lose it, man. Go on, hit Tyson in the head one good time so he'll lose it and forget about that rule. But you know, it looked like an exhibition match to me. I mean, two old guys, my age, right? But you know, I felt like Tyson took the fight, man. I didn't feel like it was a draw. You know, shouts out to Tyson. I think he was promoting the show himself. He was his own producer, so he made all the money, man. So Hollatics, y'all weigh in tonight, man. We're getting ready to go to the floor tonight on the Raz Report. We got Starbucks taking out all-time high of $100. We got Boeing back-to-back days, 6%, 13% up, 50% up on the month, man. Coming back from the 737 repairs. Purchase order, set them on fire today. Also DocuSign, not just COVID-19 hero, but DocuSign is doing its thing, man. Up 6% on the day, another 6% after hours. Earnings report showing that it's doing well. Still down 2% on the month, but it went from up to down to up. Made me believe it. Hard to determine the value of tech companies, but we're living in unprecedented times. Hollatics, we getting ready to go to the floor, man. So it is what it is. If you're just tuning in, this is the Holla-tics Live Interactive Podcast. I am Rash, your host. Welcome to the floor. No balls and stars here. Just you, me, and the things that concern you and me the most. We have street level conversations here. We realize everybody in this world, we trying to make this whole thing, the United States experiment, work properly, and in order to do that, we must dwell amongst each other. In order to do that, we must find common ground and understanding for each other's differences, man. So what do we do here on the Holla-tics Live Interactive Podcast? We put people together and we come to the floor and we talk about the things that affect you and me. You know, despite what your status is in the country and what your status is, you know, economically, we still have to make some of the same decisions. Your kids have to go to school. My kids have to go to school. The trash man has to pick up your trash. Trash man has to pick up my trash. Police officers serving your community, city, they have to serve and protect you. They have to serve and protect me. So right here on the floor, we throw subjects out for each other and we see what we feel, what we think, man. You know, did the government get it right? Or do we have to bum rush our congressman with a petition, man? Got tonight's floor subject coming up. Till then, y'all kind of relax a little bit. It's the Holla-tics Live Interactive Podcast. I am Raz, your host, man, chief politician, narrator, orator, and I'm also a Holla-tic. So on all floor subjects, all topics, man, I not only just read out my Holla-tics response, but I have to respond to them as well myself. Why am I the chief Holla-tician? Because I Holla-tic the most, right? Who else gonna do it? I'm here talking to y'all every night about stuff that I know is important to you and me. You may not realize how important it is to you, though. But I'm a seer, though. I'm a watchman. I watch, see what's gonna happen, man. You know, I don't do a good job at warning people. I guess that's my downfall, right? I should do a better job at warning people, man. Probably my downfall, man. Nah, I don't have a downfall, man. Win only, right? Holla-tics, y'all check in, man. This the audio podcast. Holla-tics live. I am Rash, your host, chief Holla-tician. We talk about street level issues here. Things that affect you and me. Tonight on the Holla-tic live floor, we have Holla-tic 51, working from home. If you could work from home permanently, would you? Are you okay not having ever met your boss face to face? If yes, are you willing to pay a tax to support your decision? Look at that last phrase up there, man. It's extremely typos right there. Holla-tic Stephen Hunter is checking in tonight on the floor. You're just tuning in for the audio. This is the Holla-tic Live Interactive Podcast. I am Rash, your host, chief Holla-tician, narrator, orator, and Holla-tic. Why do I say I'm a Holla-tic? Because every Holla-tic has to weigh in on the floor subject in order to be considered a Holla-tic. So I not only introduce floor subjects, narrate, orate, and speak on my fellow Holla-ticians as they respond, read their comments out loud, but I also weigh in myself being the chief Holla-tician. Tonight on the floor, we got working from home. If you could work from home permanently, would you? Are you okay not having ever met your boss face to face? And if yes, are you willing to pay additional taxes to support your decision? Holla-tics, y'all weigh in tonight. Now, I ain't making this up, man. I seen this in the news, right? Especially the last bullet point there, which is grossly a typo, right? You know, like, well, you gonna correct your typo right here in front. I'm gonna correct my typo here, man. But if you don't mind working from home, if you decide to work from home permanently, are you willing to pay additional taxes? This is something I seen in the news saying that, you know, workers from home could possibly face additional taxes. Holla-tics, I want y'all to weigh in. You know, do you like working from home so much to the point where you say, you know what, Red, I'll pay those extra taxes to stay at home? Yeah, I'm sorry if you listen to the audio. I'm just making some corrections on my screen type set here. If yes, are you willing to pay additional taxes to support your decision? Now, again, this is something I seen in the news. And they said because reason why. He said, what the news is on that. I have no idea, Hunter. I actually this went by 2 days ago. You probably could Google additional taxes on at-home workers. I'm sure it'll pull up. I actually seen this probably last week, man. So I don't just fish stuff out the air. I let it fester on me for a minute. And the reasoning, the logic behind being taxed from working from home was because the people are not out. You know, you're not doing the extra stuff for supporting, you know, the gas and restaurants and whatever businesses that would normally get patronized by you when you're out and about at work. Either the state government or the federal government is looking for a way to make up for some of the loss that it may receive, especially on the state level. Some of the loss it might receive for us not being out and about doing our thing, man. So, Hollatics, I'm asking you tonight, if you could, would you work from home permanently? Are you okay not having ever met your boss face to face? And if yes, are you willing to pay additional taxes to support your decision to work from home? Hollatics, I need y'all to weigh in tonight. Of course, I have to weigh in. I'm trying to hold my tongue. I know you guys got to weigh in. Again, I'm not making this up, man. This is something I seen in the news. They were stating because, you know, crazy facts, man. CEOs who had people working from home pre-COVID-19, 12%. CEOs who have people working from home post-COVID-19, 75%. The world has changed within this year. Some stuff will go back to normal. Some stuff we will breathe a sigh of relief when it's over, and some stuff we will never see again. I'm thinking people working from home. I don't think it is a permanent norm for every CEO, but I do believe we are watching a trend that will never disappear. So, Hollatics, I'm asking you, if you could work from home permanently, would you? Are you okay not having ever met your boss face to face? If yes, are you willing to pay additional taxes to support your decision? Hollatics Stephen Hunter say, yes, I'm down from working from home. I would rather learn the discipline of an entrepreneur investor who can take care of business so I can help my family and keep my eyes on the family. Death, taxes, lawyers are going to be forever. We'll just have to adjust and be financially prepared for it all. That is Hollatics Stephen Hunter. Stephen Hunter saying, heck yeah, he don't mind working from the house. It's the same discipline that entrepreneurs have to, exercise. So he feel like it's no problem for him to do the same thing. And he said death, taxes, and lawyers is something everybody got to deal with. So he ain't tripping on extra taxes if that is, the payment for him permanently working at home. That is Hollatics Stephen Hunter, always weighing in when he's on the set, man. Hollatics, y'all weigh in tonight. Hollatics 51, working from home. Again, COVID stuff hit, right? Some of the stuff we seeing is due to COVID-19. Questions we having to ask ourselves. Situations we're having to adjust to. Things we're having to do is all because of a pandemic that hit us less than a year ago. It's going to change our lives forever, man. I was standing today outside looking out the window and I had this mask on because I was in someone else's building. And here I am looking out the window with a mask on and I'm saying to myself, man, this is crazy. Somebody told me a year ago you're going to be wearing a mask for the next 9 months, man. I probably couldn't imagine it. When I got on IG and started putting masks on, black masks on, and just, playing with the whole idea, man, it was fun at first, but now it has become a way of life, man. So is working from home a way of life for us? Would you like that life permanently, man? I'm asking you, Holla-tics. Holla-tic Gabe Robinson say, me and my wife are entrepreneurs and we run our own several businesses. So I love the fact that we are always at home most of the time, and I love spending time with my wife and kids, but it's a lot more stressful at times, but I'm down with working at the highs the majority of the time. That is Holla-tic Gabe Robinson say. Him and his wife are entrepreneurs. So having to work from home or being free from sitting at somebody's desk or somebody's 9 to 5, that is common with Holla-tic Gabe Robinson as he weighs in tonight on Holla-tic 51. Would you work from the crib if you could? If you should, woodchuck would. Holla-tic Mike Robinson said, I would work from the house and it will teach you to work even harder because you're not in a traditional work environment. And now with COVID, you don't worry about getting the virus or being exposed to it. As Holla-tic Mike Robinson say, yeah, he don't mind working from home. Safeties of not being exposed to COVID is in the balance, man. Again, once COVID leave, do you go back to the office? Do you rather go back to the office once COVID leaves? Holla-tics? Y'all weigh in, man. Working from home tonight. If you could work from home, would you? Are you okay not having ever met your boss face to face? That's one some of y'all need to hit on right there. Are you okay not have ever met the person that hands you your paycheck, your livelihood, the thing that keeps you and your family from being under the bridge? Are you okay with not having ever met the guy that's responsible for that, man? And if yes, are you willing to pay an extra additional tax, man? Just support that decision. Holla-tics weighing in. Holla-tic Rod Woe say, yes, I would work from home. I've done it for years. Paying a tax on it? Nope. Where I say I ain't paying no tax on it, but I don't mind working from home. Holla-tic Gabe is re-weighing in saying, what you think is going to happen after COVID-19 clears up? What does that look like? I have no idea what it look like, Gabe. I think some of this stuff washes away. Masks, all that washes away. I think we go back to being active in society again, but some stuff won't wash away. Had some statistics go out today in Texas that 48% of students in the HISD, which is the largest school system in Houston, HISD, 48% of students have at least one F in the course. So students are failing using this work home, opt to go to school, opt to go home system. Students are failing. Does that mean the situation is a failure? No, that means they're having a problem adjusting to it, which is common. Nobody just adjusts something new and knock it out the park. But I am watching COVID affect students, man. Again, in Houston, HISD shows 43 or 48%? 40+% students in the HISD school system, which is the largest school system in Houston, which is the 4th largest city in the country. Show that 40% of students, plus 40+% of students got an F in at least one course, man. So COVID-19 is affecting how our kids are learning, man. So Holla-tic Rod Woe say, and here it comes, Nancy Cray Pelosi. I'm gonna set up a meeting with you and Nancy Pelosi. Rod, I'm gonna put her on the show and make sure you ain't gonna just be able to weigh in on the streams. I'm gonna make sure you We call you in. You join the meeting. I want y'all to have it out one day. Hollatics. You're just tuning in. It's the Holla-tics Live Interactive Podcast. I'm Raz, your host. Tonight on the floor, we got working from home. Since we're coming to the end of the hour, I feel like I must weigh in. I'm not only a narrator, orator, but I'm also the head Holla-tic. So I have to also give my opinion on tonight's floor subject, as well as every floor subject. Hollatics 51, working from home. If you could, would you work from home permanently? No, I would not. Rod say he can handle it if Nancy Pelosi can't. I believe that, Rod. I don't think she too much for you to deal with, man. But again, back to me. If I could work from home permanently, would I? Nah. I have to get away from my house. I'm one of them guys that have to move around. I'm a free thinker. I have to move around. I get a kick out of waking up early in the morning, getting fly, driving across town, walking into an office. I like the whole swag, the whole mojo that go with that. Walking through the foyer and the lobby and people seeing how clean your suit is and they seeing how clean your car is and they seeing, you know, you got a fresh haircut today or he changed. You know, my watch is, you know, I like that whole aura, that whole mandate in life, man. So if I could work from home permanently, I don't think I would. I think I get that kick out of just the whole 9-to-5 society. Not that I want to work for someone. Again, I'm like a lot of my Hollatics, man. I'm an entrepreneur. Even though I've taken jobs and work 9-to-5s often throughout my life, I'm an entrepreneur by heart, but I still like that old get down to business, boardroom, smash and grind, everybody meet up at one place and get at it. I like that whole swag, man. So I wouldn't work from home if I could permanently, man. Are you okay with having ever met your boss? No, I am not. Somebody is handing me the very money that allows me to take care of my wife and kids, man. I need to look him in his eyes. I need to smell his breath, smell his aftershave, look at his clothes, see how he carries himself. Is he a cheap guy? Is his suits always polyester? Or is he, you know, is he a guy that pays attention and detail to himself? Because it tells me a lot about how you gonna feel about me and how you gonna run your company. So I am not okay working for somebody who I have never met face to face, man. I think that is something that maybe this generation and the ones after this are comfortable with. They may just live with it. They may not know anything other than that. It may not be a difference to them. But I'm old school. I'm 50 years old. I come from the old school a little bit. So I prefer to have seen the guy, met the guy, be on top of the guy, being able to bust in somebody's office or either, you know, catch him in the foyer when a decision don't go the way I like it. Seeing him in the elevator, the awkward moments and all that. I gotta have all the drama, man. I gotta have all the BS to me, man. You know, so I'm not comfortable working for somebody who I have never seen face to face, man. That don't work for me. Again, you know, I'm not saying I am the perfectionado. I think that's how you say that, right? I'm not the expert at that. But I think I'd rather work for people that I can see. That the decisions you make, you gotta stare me in the eye every day. I think that helps you make wiser decisions concerning me and the environment that you are responsible for, the people that you are responsible for. I think if you have to see them on a daily basis, man, it help keep you in check. So I'd rather not work for somebody that I can't see face to face. And lastly, if yes, are you willing to pay additional taxes to support it? No, I don't want to pay additional taxes, man. I put my taxes in the street. I buy locally. I'm not too much of an online shopper that I don't support local businesses. I love going out into the marketplace. You know, some people will sit at the crib and just Amazon their way through life. That's not me. I like going into the marketplace. I like going out into the, you know, society or the community and spending money here and spending money there and going to some of my favorite franchises and going to some of my favorite mom and pops, man. So, I wouldn't want to pay a tax to work from home because I think, you know, the reason I believe they want to put the tax on us is because they feel like they are going to lose a revenue stream or support based on people staying at home. And so I'm with supporting abroad. So I'd rather not pay a tax, man. That is my professional weigh-in. Holla-tics, you still have time to weigh in. It's the Holla-tics Inactive Podcast. Tonight on the floor, man. Talking about working from home. If you could work from home permanently, would you? Are you okay having never met the boss face to face, man? Dude who pay you your paycheck. You ain't never seen him face to face. You cool with that? Just ask you. Yes, are you willing to pay an additional tax support? As for me, nah, man, I don't want to work home permanently. I'd rather be able to make the decision, but I like offices, man. I think office coaches and, you know, offices, I think your work family is a family away from your family. I think it's just as important. Especially if you're a boss. I believe if you're a boss, you're responsible for the family of the people who work under you, man. I don't think you should be distant from that. I think you should see, smell. You should be able to see Karen when she's in tears on Monday because something is going on and she, you know, speaks with her other co-workers about it and, you know, it supports her. I don't think we should lose all that, you know, just because technology is getting great, man. And if yes, are you willing to pay an extra additional tax? Heck nah. Nah, man, I'd rather keep it in society, man. Holla-tics, y'all weigh in tonight. We coming to the end of the show. Also, I need y'all to write in y'all topics. Also, I need y'all to share the show, man. You know, we doing well. We doing good. I can't complain. Again, we're audio podcast, so I appreciate y'all tuning in with me every night. It's a lot to ask people to tune in with you every night. You know, you got Jimmy Fallon's and, you know, David Letterman in his heyday. These dudes stayed up so late that if you wasn't doing nothing but watching TV, you ain't have nothing. You're supposed to tune in. But here I am, flying into your life at prime time. 7:30, Grass, I just got in. Feet just stopped hurting because them shoes were so tight. Now you want me to sit here and holla-tic with you? I know it's asking a lot, man, but I got holla-ticians that check in every night and I appreciate that. Then again, you know, this is an audio podcast, man. So if you're listening to the audio, man, I appreciate your support, man. Please rate the podcast. Please leave a comment. I believe somewhere in the not too distant future, you know, we're one of the #1 podcasts in the country. You're gonna be like, what the heck is a holla-tic? A holla-tic is a person not afraid to express their opinion about any subject matter, including politics. And holla-ticians are the people that do it often, man. Here's no bars or stars, just me plus you. Political Science 2.0. Holla-tics Live. 51 tonight is working from home. If you could work from home permanently, would you? I say no, man. I want to go to the office, man. I like the work wives and the work husbands and all that stuff. I like that whole culture, man. If you have never met your boss, I'm sorry. Are you okay not having ever met your boss face to face? I say no, man. I feel like this person is responsible for supporting my family, then I need to see him. I need to look in his face, man. And if yes, meaning you don't mind working from home, or you willing to pay an additional tax. I say, nah, man. I'd rather be out and abroad. Those are my responses. Hollatics, we're coming down to the end of the hour. You can still keep the conversation going in the thread. Sometimes these conversations last 2, 3, 4 days, man. And I weigh in even after the show as well, man. So appreciate y'all for tuning in. You still have time to respond. A lot of people come and watch the shows at a later time because they can't catch us live. I love it all, right? I love you guys, man. Thank you guys for tuning in. As I tell you every night, if God has given you the power, hold up, I ain't gonna go yet. I got a Holla-tic wing. Holla-tic hunters say there's always ways of getting around taxes. Rich people pay less taxes than most people think. People who are broke or poor know that they look forward to a refund check so they can make purchases, cars, hair related items, etc. Taxes are not to be feared, to be recognized, or not to be feared, but to be recognized, and know when and how to avoid them if you can. That is Holla-tic. Stephen Hunter checking in. He's saying don't be afraid of taxes. Rich been playing that game for a long time, and he right, man. So again, Steven saying if you gotta pay extra taxes, pay it, man. Got no problems with that. Let me get out of here though. Hollatics, listen. God gave you the power to change somebody's life and provided you with the opportunity. That because he wants you to do that, man. So don't you hesitate, man. You do what your father wants you to do. Your father in heaven, that is. Also, as my man Pickle Juice would say, quoted by the late great Reverend Knight, walk with the king and be a blessing in all things. Hollatics, appreciate y'all, man. Y'all love on somebody, and I see you guys on Friday, man. Share the show, y'all write in topics. And we on to the next light. Hats off, Steve.